This week, the Big 12 was the only football conference to have 5 teams in the AP Top 25. TCU at number 4, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State at 10 and 11, West Virginia ranked 22nd, and Iowa State cracking the top 25 at 25. With 50% of the Big 12's teams in the top 25, it's easy to argue that the Big 12 boasts the best football conference in the nation. But what makes the Big 12 so good?
I think speed, I think the speed of the game to the speed of the players in the game to, how the game's played on both sides of the ball. It's a fast and furious conference.
It's a great league. It's a league that I grew up in. I have a lot of belief in the quality of football that's played in this league, the passion as far as the teams, the fan bases in this league. I mean, I think this is as good as it gets and has been for a long time.
One thing that this conference certainly does produce is good rivalries. One of them is happening this weekend in the Sunflower Showdown. Kansas and Kansas State have been matching up since 1902 and have matched up every year since 1911. The Governor's Cup is on the line, and being the 6th longest active series in NCAA college football makes it kind of a huge deal.
Growing up in Kansas, you always hear so much from both people, fans and things like that, just because, there's KU fans and K-State fans, across the whole state, everywhere. And so, going to high school, I always, heard from both sides of it. And, throughout the recruiting process, I got offered by both schools. And so, now being at Kansas State, it's something that, you carry a lot of passion with you just because you know that you want to be the best team in the state on that year. And it's definitely a thing that you take pride in.
That Sunflower Showdown year in and year out means so much to both sets of players on each team. And the fan bases, they are such devout, loving fans of their programs, and it just makes that day really, really special. And it matters for a full calendar year until you get an opportunity to either do it again or redeem yourself for the previous year. So it is a terrific rivalry, and that game needs to be good again. It needs to be a very competitive, good game, and we feel like we're closing the gap on that. But for our state, there's enough room for both of us, and both of our programs should be strong again, and we're working to uphold our end of that bargain.
Now, we know how much of a beast Ogbonnaya Okoronkwo is for Oklahoma on the football field, but there's a chance that he's even more of a beast off of it. Both Obo and Oklahoma head coach Lincoln Riley visited Danielle Robinson, who found out she had cancer in February this year and was being treated at the Children's Center in Oklahoma City. Well, on the 17th of this month, she was cleared to go home, and Obo said it was a must that his friend make it out to an Oklahoma game. That day has come, and Robinson will be spending homecoming in Norman with her Sooners, most likely rocking a number 31. I'm sure we'll hear more of Danielle's story after her night with the Sooners. Oklahoma and Texas Tech face off in Norman at 7 p.m. And here's a look at the rest of the games this weekend. There are a ton of football games as usual, so we'll let you get to it, and we'll see you right here next week on Big 12 Big Football. For the Big 12 Digital Network, I'm Christine Williamson.